Anyway, I'm messing around with you. Obviously,
No,
we use
but
WhatsApp for that. Now.
The green bubble people. Yeah.
If they can diversify, I'd be much happier. The problem is they are so concentrated, unlike any of the other large tech companies.
Okay, Google's going to fail. Next. What's your next topic?
Okay, last topic for the day. Are you guys ready? This is all you guys. All three of you are going to salvage over this. BlackRock is filing for a Bitcoin ETF. So, Carlos, when's Bitcoin going to the moon? BlackRock's in. They control the world. So, what's going on?
This is terrible. These man,
This is bad. What do you mean this is bad? How's this bad for Bitcoin?
Because I mean, of like the two companies like BlackRock and the World Economic Forum keep me up at night, dude. They seriously do. Like, how do we have antitrust laws and we don't have anti-BlackRock fucking laws? Like, they're just getting too
because
powerful.
it's a public company, dude. So stop being a freaking communist.
No,
right?
no, and stop
it's a
saying
public
that
company. It's allowed to be public.
Stop saying that to sound all aggressive.
No, you're saying the wrong things because investors invest in BlackRock like us. We can do it too, and they use that money to buy shit
I'm so
and control
tired
shit.
of this. Really? Okay, then you're always right, Vitaly. No one else.
I'm saying investors like us are doing
this.
No, but hold on. Investors like us, well, some of them are richer than us, of course, but they're the ones who are doing this. It's not just BlackRock, but it's by itself in a bubble. It's actually us, people like us, who give BlackRock the power to do this.
Okay. So Carlos, let's get your perspective on how this. We saw the video last time. BlackRock controls the world, forcing diversity, all that stuff. Larry Fink. What is the evil aspect to this in the context of Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's supposed to be uncontrollable, right? Uncensorable. How do you think BlackRock potentially?
Well, it's a Bitcoin ETF. Like, it's not like they can't control the underlying asset because the underlying asset is not owned by anyone, right? So it's not available for them to purchase. If it was, they would have bought it by now. Trust me. So the ETF is fine. I do think it's going to bring people into the ecosystem but in terms of the company itself, I'm not a fan of BlackRock. Yeah,
but do you think this will make the price go up outside of how you morally?
Of course,
feel?
I think it would. Yeah, of course it would, because I mean they're going to have to own some. They're going to have to own some underlying Bitcoin. I don't know exactly how they'll structure it, but I'm sure they're going to have to own some of the underlying asset, right? But then people are going to be buying into the fund, and I don't know how that's going to work necessarily with custodian. You know what I mean? Like, even if you buy an ETF, you're not actually buying the underlying asset, so it's not like it's necessarily purchasing Bitcoin, per se. The only thing that makes Bitcoin go up is Bitcoin purchases.
Just FYI, BlackRock's ETF is being rejected. Okay, that's not happening. Why? Everyone's just starting because the SEC is basically, they don't want Bitcoin ETFs right now until there's clear laws that they're in charge. That's not happening. So worrying about BlackRock and ETFs is not going to happen. In fact, BlackRock and other companies are starting this process because they know eventually it will. So the first one will be a rejection, maybe the rejection next year when they apply again. Eventually, there'll be clearer laws, which will happen in the next couple of years, 5 years, who knows. Then ETFs will come out. There is no ETF coming for any period of time right now.
Carlos?
Soul.
Oh, you think ETFs are coming?
Her cats just comment that BlackRock is also currently buying souls. That's I'm just writing. Imagine that ETF comes up. I'm like,
and I would buy in.
I would buy into whose soul you got, baby.
Right, you just DCA.
I'm gonna buy a fractional share of that soul. Let's do it. By the way, let me know in the chat if you guys seen the Soul Disney movie, the animated one. It was really good. Tanner, what are your thoughts?
No, but hold on, Carlos. Do you actually think an ETF is going to be announced, even if it's BlackRock?
Yeah, I think eventually they'll figure out the way around.
I'm saying this one, this petition right now.
No, I don't think so. But it's not. It's about just making the idea of that normal, right? And then at some point when it's normal, it's going to become legal, right? Anything
probably 5 years from now.
Yeah, because and in order for something to become legal, it needs to first become normal, right? So this idea, we're like, well, but it's a currency. How could you do this? Well, if they just keep trying to redefine, especially if Homeboy at the SEC is successful, redefining crypto as a security, then it's all bets are off. But still, the underlying asset is not a security, and we understand this. So that's where I think it's going to get. That's where I think I'm really curious to see what the verbiage is in the legislation, because that's going to be really key. How do they spin this?
I think the SEC is changing basically everything into a security at some point. Maybe Bitcoin will escape this. That's the only one that will escape. Everything else is a security, including Ethereum. 100%.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they said, and that might be the trade-off. And I think that was Mr. Wonderful's point when we looked at the video a couple of weeks back. And he's like, so who cares if you're only invested in Bitcoin? What do you give a fuck for all these people that are losing money in Solana and whatever the fuck? Like, even guys like you and me, we do not recommend buying that stuff.
No,
right? There's only two, and so if you're in Bitcoin, you're fine. You're fine. You actually want this regulation already so that these companies can start putting some of their free cash flow into this thing and get us to the 5, 6, 7 digits that we need, get Ethereum to 5 digits, and then we can all freaking retire and do this podcast from Bora Bora.
I just want to point out, me and Carlos obviously go back a long way, so everybody thinks that we fight. That's what we do, man. That's what
He's
people
been a
from Brooklyn
jerk
do.
for 30 years.
But we go back 30 years jerking each other off. But
Occasional hand jobs.
at the end of the day, just so you know, me and Carlos are basically invested in the same shit. We have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have Tesla, we have Enphase. We literally are betting, and real estate. We're literally betting on the same things, but we'll fight about it all day long, even though we're roughly betting on the same things.
Speaking of which, we should pump. We're going to have a battle for the all ages for our Patreon members on Friday. We're going to have a private Patreon members
Patreon
only
battle.
Okay, let me put the Patreon link in the chat.
It is going to be epic. If anybody was in our Discord, VITALY and I go back and forth. You know, VITALY's position on Meta and the Quest, and my position on Apple and the Vision Pro got pretty heated the other day on our Discord, which then translated into VITALY saying, "I'm bringing in my brother," and I was like, "I'm bringing in Rango." So now it's me and Rango against VITALY.
I invited Rango as well, and my brother.
I found Rango, man. I pulled Rango out from the ethos of the.
No, I'm saying to the podcast. So Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern.
No, we said 7.
10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock Eastern. We're having a podcast, and AMIT, you're invited. Chris, you're invited.
I have a SoFi weekly podcast.
Tanner, you're invited too. If you want to come on, just message me and we'll bring you on. But basically, we talk over there. We're going to discuss Meta and whether Vision Pro has any chance of eventually taking Meta's market cap or whatever, winning the VR wars if there is such a thing. So we're going to discuss that kind of stuff. And I'm bringing on my brother, who's actually in VR, in gaming, and he knows a lot about this stuff.
Okay.
Brock wants to see us fight.
Yeah, you got to have an MMA. Tanner, let's get your thoughts.
We
on this.
fight with words. We're mature enough not to be babies about it, obviously.
So just going back, we're still talking about BlackRock and Bitcoin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we're done. I thought the podcast.
No, Tanner didn't even get his opinion in. Goodness gracious. Tanner, go ahead.
That's how VITALY rolls, man.
That's exactly my point. Like we made it. He's very convincing, and sometimes he can make his point in a way that sounds so convincing. But you have to let other people say.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Tanner. No one's stopping. Now you're stopping him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm too Canadian for this podcast.
No, we saw your American side.
Yo, your inner Brooklyn came out.
From
bro.
US of A here. All right,
yeah. Well, okay. All I wanted to say was that, I don't know how this does get approved. Like, so one, the custodian is Coinbase, just to clear up what Carlos said. And does everyone need to own their own Bitcoin? I don't even agree with that. Like, some people can make investment bets and not have to own their own crypto. You can buy paper gold right now, perfectly fine. There's billions and billions of dollars in paper gold. It's perfectly fine having a coupon for something. That being said, I looked it up while VITALY brought that up, that Fidelity, Van Eck, Skybridge Capital, Bitwise, and 3 others applied for Bitcoin spot ETFs, and they all got declined.
Yep.
If this does get approved, that shows you that BlackRock is government.
Yeah, it's government. No, but here's the thing.
It's not going to be approved.
They keep trying, and I don't think so. I agree with VITALY. It won't be approved until they have to be able to define crypto or Bitcoin specifically in a way that makes sense to have it trade on the market. I mean, I think it should be able to trade, but I'm not going to pretend like I understand all the ins and outs of this stuff, but they're going to figure out a way, right? They're going to figure out a way to make it work, because these guys want access to this thing, and they're going to figure out a way to get access to it. So I don't know how they do it.
And last comment is, yes, Black Mirror is coming out. Everybody watch that. That shit is great.
Black Mirror.
If you have a significant other, Hang the DJ is one of the best Black Mirror episodes to watch with like a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
How would you know?
Well, in college, when I brought girls back to the apartment, every time
that's how you know he's never brought a girl back.
I did it with 3 different girls. I was like, "You want to watch the Black Mirror episode?"
I did it with
every
3
time.
different girls.
Every time that episode worked. It's a great episode. It's a good episode.
Which episode?
Hang the DJ.
Hang the DJ. Okay,
that's a good one. Yeah.
You remember that one? I thought you were going to say.
I'm going to try it tonight on Producer Wife.
I could have swore AMIT was going to say, like, oh, if you have a significant other, like, send me their LinkedIn, let me know their Instagram, I'll go check them out.
And start liking all their photos. Yeah, but it's not creepy at all.
Right.
All right. One last plug for the Freelancer Finance Patreon. I know a lot of you joined. You guys have been asking for a Finance Junkies Patreon. Maybe later on we'll do that. But for now, if you want to join VITALY and Carlos's, it's $5 a month. And They get into heated debates, and you can support them. They have a lot of fun. A bunch of people join.
We do appreciate the support, but I'd say the biggest benefit to those people, which we get asked a lot, is like our trades. So you can get access to our free Discord, which is free. Anybody can join.
Not financial advice. It's only what we're doing.
Right. And that's the point. It's just what we're doing. So we're not pumping anything. We're not selling anything. We're just letting you guys know what we're doing. And so you can go and you can check out our trades. And we also have like member only chats with like specific rooms that are just for the people on our Patreons. So,
and there's
Discord is in the chat. And what were we gonna say, Tanner?
No, just this thing too. Go check that out if you care about fintech.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna plug your Twitter. And please follow Tanner as well on Twitter. He was gracious enough to put up with us tonight and voice his opinion on
yes, I actually enjoyed
and
this is the best episode you've done.
Yeah,
Tanner.
thank you, dude. Tanner, thank you. I actually think we should have him on with KRIS and have them fight Apple. Like basically, Tanner is anti-KRIS, right? Like me and VITALY fight. Him and KRIS could fight. We need to find someone for you to fight. But AMIT.
Well, him and KRIS agree on most things. I think you both agree on. Well, I don't know if KRIS agrees on Google per se. Probably not.
Yeah, me and KRIS get along. I just think it's the one position, and there's
we all get along, by the way. So if you
sorry.
we all get along.
It's friendly hyena.
Well, look, if anyone's ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think chapter 3 says if two people always agree, one of them is not necessary. So I'm a big proponent of no matter what, even if you agree on 50-60%, the other stuff that you disagree with, you should really disagree with. Yeah, it's just great. That's one of my favorite like investing books. That's not even really an investing book, but
love that book.
You guys don't believe it, but that's the truth. Crossroads.
Well, then, but you know what? You need someone to love in order to then that's a big problem.
I do. It's right there. It's in the background. You see her? There's a little Palantir sign. That's my love.
You need to date a girl named Palantina, or Valentina, so you can you need something like that.
Okay, let's end it off with this. Let's do one last fun thing. What is the and you can't say your wife's name because that's a cop out. What is the prettiest name for a girl you can think of? You can't say your wife's name. You gotta. Because obviously your wife is your wife, but what's a pretty name besides your wife's name that is it's not a trap, Vitaly. Yeah, yes,
it sounds like a trap. Like
what
I'm
else?
honestly
You can't say Samantha either. What is the name?
AMIT is like Samantha.
No, I'm not gonna pick Samantha. I have a different one. What is the name that's such a beautiful name for a girl that you're like, damn, I want to date that girl because she has that name?
I think Kelly. I really like that name.
Kelly, yeah. Starts with a K, ends with an L-E.
Maritz, that's cute. Sophia, Sophia's such a cute name. Yes, Sophia's a great name. Carlos, what about you? What are you gonna do?
I can say this now. I like the name Memory. I was gonna name
Memory.
That was one of the names we were throwing around for our daughter, just to have it be a completely unique name that nobody has. Because I don't know, for some people they really like the name Cynthia, but then there's going to be someone in the chat that's like, that bitch broke my heart in first grade. You know,
I actually got one.
I dated Alexa.
It's Sophie.
Yeah, Sophia.
That's a cute one. That's a good one.
Right.
Okay, Tanner, what do you think besides Samantha?
I really like Sophia.
Okay.
Emily.
Emily.
Like those
Interesting.
names.
Emily. Okay, and Vitaly, you didn't give yours.
I did. I said Kelly.
Oh, you did say Kelly, and then you said Memory. Okay, mine is Carpia.
Oh God.
What?
Oh my God.
Carpia.
Kill me now.
Oh.
All right, that's the end of the pod. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Before you do go, anything that the last remaining people that you didn't chase out of this call right now, what we can be talking about, what we can look for the rest of the week. What are you going to talk about tomorrow?
Yes, okay, so a good announcement. So
and bring up the new Finance Junkies.
AMIT, let's play some chess.
We need subscribers.
Yeah, you don't even say like and subscribe. Everybody
he doesn't say like and subscribe. This is what we talked about yesterday on the Zoom.
Yeah,
we need to be better about trying to get people to understand it.
Okay, so one quick announcement. Thank you to the 454 people still here. We are going to do this. I think we're just starting this, right, Carlos? I mean, this is technically official, but we'll confirm for sure on Saturday. We're starting doing Sunday episodes on Finance Junkies, this channel. I'm going to put in the chat. This is inevitably going to be the home of the podcast, hopefully by the end of the summer. So please subscribe to it if you are not, and we will be doing.
Wait. Do we have 1,000 people there yet?
936. 936.
I mean, why don't we just wait till it crosses 1,000 at least? Come on.
Hopefully over Saturday by tonight.
Yeah, well, no, Vitaly, this is what we spoke about. The idea is that we just start doing one podcast there a week. The Sunday podcast is sort of it's not as serious as the Monday, the ones we do during the week. So we do one podcast there to start seeding it and slowly transition over to that channel as this one gains traction, because it's also, we need to start having some content on here. So the idea is, guys, eventually we're going to migrate away from having this podcast happen on AMIT's channel, and it's going to be living exclusively on this channel. It just works better to have it all in one place. And so
the channel's not in jail. We just can't get a copyright strike or we're fucked.
Yes,
so
right.
We just better not play any
Well,
music.
yeah, then that's
Yeah,
dangerous.
I wanted to bring that up. You are
That's dangerous.
100% wrong about that 15-second rule. There's no such thing.
Yeah, there is
You
no
sure?
rule. I think you're
Dude,
totally wrong about that.
I put on 4 seconds of something I got copyright striked on.
You know what? I think then they just put on a little banner says, "Hey, buy this song" or something, right? I think they add that.
No,
too.
No,
bro.
all the money.
The record
you have-
labels have YouTube by the throat. If they
Yes,
hear
all
music,
the money goes to the creator. If you have any piece of it in your video, they give all the
All
money.
right. Well, that's
you can edit it out and then post the video, but
okay. Don't worry. About it.
Amit, when are you going to play some chess on stream?
Well, I agree with
You're
Johnny.
talking all this-
Actually, awesome. More confusion on where it lives. I agree with that.
eventually we'll be official on that channel.
You're talking all this game, Amit. Where are you?
I'm actually not that great at chess, but I'll message you. We'll set up a game.
And how do you buy puts on Amit? I'm selling them. Just contact me. I'll sell your puts.
All right,
Because
that's it for the work week, Monday through Thursday. Tanner, thank you for subbing in. We're sorry we missed yesterday. We're gonna make
Yeah,
sure
dude. Thanks. Seriously, thanks for coming in. You had really big shoes to fill, but I enjoyed enjoyed your insight and going back and forth. It was cool.
I appreciate you guys having me. It was a ton of fun, and yeah, no, I'm a big fan of you guys, and I watch you guys even whenever KRIS is on and everything, and I love all
Even
the
when
debates,
KRIS is
so-
on. That's good.
That's
I
the
was thinking
clip.
of
That's
saying
the
something
clip.
else.
Listen, that's the best compliment you can give us.
That's the best. That's so
All right, everybody. See you later, huh?
Have a good one. We'll see you guys
All right.
Sunday night. Enjoy the weekend.
Bye.
Bye.